you want to spend 5 minutes making dinner tonight? Well, if you do, I have the dinner for you. It's a delicious bistro classic, mussels steamed in white wine with shallot. When you're about to start cooking your mussels, you want to check them. You want to remove any beards. This is a beard, you can see it. It's this little, I don't know, really tough thing to remove. If it's not tough to remove, you might not want to use that mussel because it's probably dead. Other ways to tell dead ones: a cracked mussel, get rid of that. A mussel that's open and doesn't close when you tap on it, those are all dead mussels. You don't want those. Everything else you can use. You just want to rinse them, get them nice and clean. Set those aside for a second. It's really simple from here on out. You want to slice up 1 shallot. You could totally use a small onion, a very, very small onion. And then 2 cloves of garlic. You want to mince those. So you can smash and peel them. That just hastens the job a little bit. Speeds up the process. All right, that's it. 2 flavoring ingredients. I'm gonna saute that in a tablespoon of butter. Melt your butter in a pretty big stock pot because you need a lot of room for all those mussels. And once it's melted, then add your garlic and your shallot. Don't let it get too hot. You don't want it to burn. Stir it around. Let it get translucent. Shouldn't take too long. Especially since I preheated my pot and my butter started getting brown. While those are sauteing, you can measure out half a cup of white wine, and then you can add 3/4 of a cup of chicken stock. If you didn't want to add chicken stock, you could use fish stock if you had it, or even water would be okay. Once your shallots and garlic are translucent, just add the liquid and bring it to a simmer before you add the mussels. All right, so before I said that this whole meal would take 5 minutes, but I'm gonna up that and I'm gonna say the whole meal takes 10 minutes because it takes 5 minutes for the mussels to cook and everything else probably takes about 5 minutes. So I'm sorry. I wasn't lying so much as just being enthusiastic. From the moment you add the mussels, which is now it'll take time. Just put them all into the big pot, make them nice and even in the pot, cover it up, cook it for 5 minutes, dinner. What do you think about that? While you're waiting, you can cut up some parsley. It's optional here, but I don't know. I think you should give it a try. Give parsley a chance. Parsley, it's not just for garnish anymore. Actually, the last thing that I need to do before the mussels are done, or when the mussels are done, is stir in some butter. So I'm gonna cut 2 more tablespoons of the unsalted butter. What have we here? Are they ready? Everything is simmering. It's hard to tell because I can barely see in the pot because of all the steam, but I think they're done. Oh yeah, look at that. They're open. I do have to say, don't overcook mussels because when they overcook, they get tough and they get dry, and then you'll eat one and you'll be like, I am never making mussels again because they're kind of gross. If they're cooked properly, they're tender and succulent and delightful. Stir in your butter. This just adds richness to that sauce. We're giving a contrast of richness from the butter and brightness from the parsley, right? Parsley can go in as well. Would you like to serve this with a little bit of bread to soak up the juices? I would. Look at that, a baguette. The bread, nice and crusty. You can just tear it into pieces if you want to be super rustic, or you can cut it up. Completely up to you. I'm being super rustic. Super rustic. It's like the superhero of rustic. All right, get something to serve. I'm gonna do a nice big serving in a nice big bowl. You could serve the broth on the side for dipping. Up to you, but don't leave the broth behind because it's one of the most flavorful parts. I'm just gonna take a piece of bread and dip it in the juices and tell you how delicious it is. What if it isn't delicious? It is delicious, but you know what? I'm gonna put a little bit of salt in there. I like to season at the end because seafood's kind of salty. You never know. Maybe a little pepper too, huh? There we go. Serve yourself up a bowl and be deeply satisfied with your delicious bistro meal that took 10 minutes to make.